Hi, Yes God family. I am doing my full moon steam. Yes God, I'm using the Clarity Blend, and it feels amazing. Hopefully, you're able to steam with me right now. If not, come back and refer to this video, maybe on some guidance, tips, and tricks on type of things you may want to do while you're steaming. I like to vary it a little bit, but I pretty much use steaming as a meditative time, and I'm very mindful of what I'm listening to, what I'm saying. I try to be mindful of that all the time, but especially while I'm steaming, because I feel like I'm literally opening myself up. I'm letting go of things that aren't serving me emotionally in my heart, energetically in my heart, and energetically and emotionally in my womb, and everything in between. Yes, God. So I'm going to take a few deep breaths just to kind of calm and center myself and become the observer of my mind. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and play some affirmations. I've really been loving Florence Scovel Shinn. And so I'm going to meditate on that. And I hope that you can join me. Yes, God.
Affirmations from Florence Scovel Shinn's book, Your Word is Your Wand. Behold, I make all things new. My seeming impossible good now comes to pass. The unexpected now happens. The Christ in me is risen. I now fulfill my destiny. Endless good now comes to me in endless ways. I give thanks for my whirlwind success. I am awake to my good and gather in the harvest of endless opportunities. I am harmonious, poised, and magnetic. I now draw to myself my own. My power is God's power and is irresistible. Divine order is now established in my mind, body, and affairs. I see clearly and act quickly, and my greatest expectations come to pass in a miraculous way. There is no competition on the spiritual plane. What is rightfully mine is given me under grace. Behold, I have set before thee the open door of destiny, and no man shall shut it, for it is nailed back. The tide of destiny has turned, and everything comes my way. I banish the past, and now live in the wonderful now, where happy surprises come to me each day. There are no lost opportunities in divine mind. As one door shut, another door opened. magical pay. The genius within me is now released. I now fulfill my destiny. I make friends with hindrances, and every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. Everything in the universe, visible and invisible, is working to bring to me my own. All lack, limitation, and failure are wiped out of my consciousness. All enemy thoughts are also wiped out. I am victorious. There are no obstacles in divine mind. Therefore, there is nothing to obstruct my good. All obstacles now vanish from my pathway. Doors fly open, gates are lifted, and I enter the kingdom of fulfillment under grace. Rhythm, harmony, and balance are now established in my mind, body, and affairs. Man's will is powerless to interfere with God's will. God's will is now done in my mind, body, and affairs. God's plan for me is permanent and cannot be budged. I am true to my heavenly vision. The divine plan of my life now takes shape in definite, concrete experiences leading to my heart's desire. I now draw from the universal substance with irresistible power and determination that which is mine by divine right. I do not resist any situation. I put it in the hands of infinite love and wisdom. Let the divine idea now come to pass. My good now flows to me in a steady, unbroken, ever-increasing stream of success, happiness, and abundance. There is nothing to fear, for there is no power to hurt. I walk up to the lion on my pathway and find an angel in armor and victory. I am in perfect harmony with the working of the law. I stand aside and let infinite intelligence make easy and successful my way. I do not limit God by seeing limitation in myself. With God and myself, all things are possible. Every man is a golden link in the chain of my good. I now draw from the abundance of the spheres my immediate and endless supply. All channels are free, all doors are open. I now release the gold mine within me. I am linked with an endless gold stream of prosperity, which comes to me under grace in perfect ways. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of abundance forever. I now receive all that I desire or require and more. All that is mine by divine right is now released and reaches me in great avalanches of abundance, under grace in miraculous ways. My supply is endless, inexhaustible, and immediate, and comes to me under grace in perfect ways.
Yes, God.
I spend money under direct inspiration wisely and fearlessly, knowing my supply is endless and immediate. I have a wonderful joy in a wonderful way, and my wonderful joy has come to stay. Happy surprises come to me each day. My good now flows to me in a steady, unbroken, ever-increasing stream of happiness. I give thanks for my permanent happiness, my permanent health, my permanent wealth, my permanent love. The light of the Christ within, the light of the Christ within, now wipes out all fear, doubt, anger, and resentment. God's love pours through me, an irresistible magnetic current. I see only perfection and draw to me my own. Divine love through me now dissolves all seeming obstacles and makes clear, easy, and successful my way. I love everyone, and everyone loves me. My apparent enemy becomes my friend, a golden link in the chain of my good. I am at peace with myself and with the whole world. I give thanks that the marriage made in heaven is now made manifest upon earth. Two are made one now and for all eternity. I forgive everyone, and everyone forgives me. The gates swing open for my good. I call on the law of forgiveness. I am free from mistakes and the consequences of mistakes. I am under grace and not under karmic law. I forgive everyone, and everyone forgives me. The gates swing open for my good. I never argue with a hunch. I never do today what intuition says to do tomorrow. There is no power in evil. It is nothing, therefore can only come to nothing. I drown the reasoning mind with my affirmations. Adverse appearances work for my good, for God utilizes every person and every situation to bring to me my heart's desire. Hindrances are friendly and obstacles springboards. I now jump into my good. I'm unmoved by appearances. Therefore, appearances move.
Yes, God.
I never wander from my heart's desire. I now stand aside and watch God work. There is no loss in divine mind. Therefore, I cannot lose anything which belongs to me. It will be restored, or I will receive its equivalent. I deny debt. There is no debt in divine mind. No man owes me anything. I owe no man anything. All is squared. All my obligations are now wiped out, under grace in a perfect way.
Yes, God.
I give thanks that anything I wish to sell is now sold to the right person or persons for the right price, giving perfect satisfaction. Infinite Spirit gives me wisdom to make the most of my opportunities. Never lets me miss a trick. I am always under direct inspiration. I know just what to do, and I give instant obedience to my intuitive leads.
Yes, God. I'm saying yes, God, in my head to like every one of these too, by the way.
All power is given unto me to be meek and lowly of heart. I am willing to come last, therefore I come first.
Yes, God.
Your will, not my will. Your way, not my way. Your time, not my time. And in the twinkling of an eye, it is done.
Yes, God.
There are no mysteries. Whatever I should know will now be revealed to me under grace. perfect, non-resistant instrument for God to work through. And His perfect plan for me now comes to pass in a magic way. There is no loss of memory in divine mind. Therefore, I recollect everything I should remember, and I forget all that is not for my good. I let go of everything not divinely designed for me, and the perfect plan of my life now comes to pass. I give thanks that I now bring forth from the universal substance everything that satisfies all the righteous desires of my heart. The divine design of my life now comes to pass. I now fill the place that I can fill and no one else can fill. I now do the things which I can do and no one else can do. All doors now open for happy surprises, and the divine plan of my life is speeded up under grace. I deny fatigue, for there is nothing to tire me. I live in the kingdom of eternal joy and absorbing interests. My body is the body electric, timeless and tireless, birthless and deathless. Time and space are obliterated. I live in the wonderful now, birthless and deathless. I am one with the One. Thou in me art eternal joy, eternal youth, eternal wealth, eternal health, eternal love, eternal life.
I'll share the link in my stories after this theme. Yes, God, it's amazing.
I am a spiritual being. My body is perfect, made in His likeness and image. The light of the Christ now streams through every cell. I give thanks for my radiant health. The light of the Christ now floods my eyeballs. I have the crystal clear vision of the Spirit. I see clearly and distinctly. There are no obstacles on my pathway. I see clearly the fulfillment of my heart's desire.
Yes, God. I literally play this as background music during the day. Trying to memorize them all.
I have the X-ray eye of the Spirit. I see through apparent obstacles. I see clearly the miracle come to pass.
Yes, God.
I give thanks for my perfect sight. I see God in every face. I see good in every situation. My eyes are God's eyes, perfect and flawless. The light of the Christ floods my eyeballs and streams on my pathway. I see clearly there are no lions on my way, only angels and endless blessings.
Yes, God.
I am nourished by the Spirit within. Every cell in my body is filled with light. I give thanks for radiant health and endless happiness. I deny any appearance of disorder in anyone and in anything that I love. It is all a perfect idea in divine mind, and now expresses God's perfect idea of being perfect. Infinite intelligence illumines and directs anyone and anything that I love. They are perfect ideas in the divine mind and are always in their right place. I give thanks for all my divinely planned journeys under divinely planned conditions with a divinely planned supply.
Yes, God. Thank you.
I am a perfect idea in divine mind, and I am always in my right place doing my right work at the right time for the right pay. I dwell in a sea of abundance. I see clearly my inexhaustible supply. I see clearly just what to do. I have great peace, as I love thy law of non-resistance, and nothing offends me. This ends Shin's Your Word is Your Wand affirmations.
Yes, God, to that. Okay. Whew, that was good. So, again, those are affirmations from a book by Florence Scovel Shinn called Your Word is Your Wand. And I will link it in my stories. It's on YouTube, on a channel called Nevolution. And she has a whole playlist of different affirmations from this woman's work, and it is incredible. And so I have been listening to it like nonstop, and my intention is to memorize them. A lot of them I knew, some of them I still don't know yet. One of my favorite ones that I've been saying all week is divine order is now established in my mind, body, and affairs. And I've actually tweaked it a little bit to say divine order is now established in our minds, our bodies, and affairs. One of the revelations that came to me in a meditation session was that humans are selfish. Like, we're just all about ourselves. I love myself. And that's important. It is. It's important to love ourselves and honor ourselves and heal ourselves and, prioritize ourself. And I think also, though, equally as important is to have that same care for others, or have that same intention for others, rather, because I can't say that we should care. I mean, we should care about everybody else, but our intention should be for everyone to love themselves, to honor themselves, to nourish themselves. And I think sometimes it can get easy to become a little bit self-absorbed in our society, in our culture. So it is my intention that divine order is established in our minds, our bodies, and our affairs. So yes, obviously I have an interest in myself and my mind and my body and affairs, but I also have an interest in your mind, your body, and your affairs. And my intention is for all of those things to have divine order established. And something that's been really transformative for me is to recognize and acknowledge when divine order is being established in my mind, body, and affairs. Even when it's something small, like being low on envelopes, and then, having a certain, like 7 envelopes left, and then I have exactly 7 orders that need to go out. That is divine order being established in my affairs. And so really acknowledging this quote unquote small stuff, because really it's not small. It's huge. It's gigantic. It's a massive. Yes, God, everything is massive. The fact that we are able to take breath is amazing. Okay, the fact that we're able to be on a device and be connected to other people around the world, amazing. And not taking that for granted is really important. This is such confirmation. I received a similar download from God a couple weeks ago. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. And so, not to get too woo-woo, but I am woo-woo. I mean, we're all one, So the thing is that we have to understand that when we're dealing with negative self-talk and we're dealing with kind of sabotaging things in our minds, we're all tapped into the same universal mind. So sometimes the thoughts and self-sabotage that we're hearing is not even from us or our trauma. Sometimes it's from other people's stuff echoing around that we're in a close proximity to. Whether it's people in our community, people who we spend a lot of time with, our friends, our family. We are very impressionable, and we truly are all connected. So that's why it's even more important, like top priority, to flood the mind with affirmations. And that's how I know that I'm dropping some, that God is speaking through me. Let me take my ego out of it, that I'm dropping some gems. No, that God is using me to speak and say that we can stay fixed and focused on God, regardless of what's happening, regardless of what's going on around us, what's going on in our mind, what's happening right in front of us in our affairs, in our minds, in our bodies. We can choose to focus on divine order and only acknowledge divine order and say, you know what, I know that this quote unquote situation is going down, but guess what? Divine order is now being established in my mind, body, and affairs. And I believe that, and I trust that, and I know that. Yes, God. So anyways, that steam felt amazing. Again, I'm using the Clarity Blend. If anyone's interested, I'm going to show my steam seat in a minute. It's by Qatar. It's considered a luxury steam seat. It was gifted to me by my very close friend. So grateful for her, and as a postpartum gift. Thank you so much. And yes, God, I'm really being intentional about steaming at the full and the new moons to really harness that energy and, just allow divine order to be established in my mind, body, and affairs. And as far as affirmations, like I said, it's, for me, I'm just repeating it all day in my mind. It's so funny because divine order is now established in my mind, body, and affairs. Like, I'll say that in 50 different tones of voices and mean like 50 different things. It's a perfect response for really anything, just like yes, God. Yes, God. And be sure to download the Yes God Wellness app, because I send out an affirmation every morning. And the intention of that is to have something to focus on and kind of chant throughout the day. And that's how affirmations are really to be used. It's not just like, oh, I did my affirmations and I'm done with them. It's supposed to be like, no, you're affirming that at all times. The goal should be to move our thoughts to those affirmations, or when we recognize that our thoughts are not serving us, to redirect and have an affirmation to kind of respond and counter that contrast. Yes, God. Yes, God is an affirmation. So anyways, download the Yes God Wellness app. I am going to show you my steam chair, and then I am going to go and do some journaling and yes, God, do some pumping and all that fun stuff. So this is my setup. Let me take the phone up, actually. Move it out of here. Oh, another thing that I did want to say too, this might be TMI, but it's normal to pee and fart while you're steaming, okay? So I just want to let y'all know that. Don't feel embarrassed if you do it or did it. Okay, so this is the steam. This is my herbs. And then I just sit right here and allow the steam to come up. And this is why I had kind of showed this earlier. Like this is kind of the chakras in the body. So this red is the root chakra. This is where a lot of us are living from. Unfortunately, this is where we hold on to our trauma. Okay, this is our survival energy right here. And a lot of us hold, that's our genitalia. The next chakra is the sacral chakra. This is where the womb is, okay? The womb is housed here, and you can see the moons around it because we have our moon cycles with our womb. So this is the sacral chakra, which is the sacred part of ourselves. Then we have the solar plexus, which deals with self-esteem, confidence, self-worth. Next is the heart chakra. The heart chakra, of course, is about your heart. And, the next one is the throat chakra, the chakra that's all about communication, being able to speak yourself, being able to be clear in what you're communicating. And then we have the third eye, which is also the mind. Okay, the mind is the third eye, or the first eye, some people refer to it as. So we can see things without our physical eyes, with our minds, but we have to tap in and be tuned in to our intuition, which is the next one up, or God, universe, divine intelligence, basically the God source that we're all connected through, that we all have access to. Unfortunately, not everyone is connected to it. A lot of people are connected to other people at this level here. And this is where a lot of the repetitious kind of pain and trauma happens in here, because we haven't decided that we want to kind of do the work that requires us to go into that Christ consciousness. But anyways, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm going to go ahead and post this on my YouTube channel, post this on my IG Live, and I'll send out an app notification. Again, everyone, download the Yes God Wellness app, Yes God. We're also offering wholesale herbs now. So you can either have Yes God herbs to sell in your store, or you can purchase the loose leaf blends and package and brand them for your own brand, because I don't believe in competition. There is none. Yes, God. And I think that's about it. I like this filter. It's cute. My hair is getting long. I was thinking about cutting it today. We'll see. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you so much for taking a few moments to spend with me. And hopefully you got something out of this session. And I hope that you have an amazing, amazing evening, amazing weekend, amazing week upcoming. It's going to be March on Monday. Yes, God. The blanket that I got off Amazon. I got that on Amazon. And I'm not about to front I love Amazon. Okay. Amazon is my jammy jam. You're so welcome. I'm so glad. It was needed for me too. Oh, I needed that. Like I said, I am dedicated and committing to steaming every new and full moon. So I want us to do it together. So let's do that. I love you all. Like I said, have an amazing evening, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.